History often paints World War II as a clear-cut victory, a story of inevitable triumph. But what if I told you one of its most celebrated campaigns was secretly a strategic disaster, and one general saw it coming from a mile away? Today, we're diving into the untold story of Operation Dragoon and how General George S. Patton's warnings were ignored, with consequences that reshaped the final year of the war. Let us set the scene. It's the summer of 1944. The Allies have stormed the beaches of Normandy in Operation Overlord. It's a brutal, bloody fight, but they're pushing inland. The plan is to break out, encircle the German forces in France, and drive straight for the heart of Germany. To support this main effort, another major invasion is planned, Operation Dragoon, a landing in the south of France. On paper, it sounded brilliant. Open another front, capture the vital ports of Marseille and Toulon, and create a pincer movement to trap the German army. But one man wasn't buying it. General Patton, a brilliant and notoriously outspoken commander, saw a fatal flaw in the plan. He argued passionately against it. Why? Because it was all about timing and resources. Patton believed that the key to winning the war quickly was to concentrate all available power in one decisive thrust. He wanted to take the divisions, the supplies, the landing craft, everything earmarked for Dragoonen, funnel them into the main push from Normandy. His logic was simple and ruthless. The German army in France was already reeling from the Normandy invasion. Instead of dividing Allied strength, Patton wanted to use that momentum. His vision was to unleash his Third Army in a lightning-fast armored blitzkrieg, a tactic the Germans themselves had perfected. He believed he could smash through the weakened German lines, bypass strong points, and race across France to the German border before the enemy even had time to regroup. This, he argued, could end the war by Christmas 1944. So why was he ignored? The decision came from the very top. Allied high command, including figures like Eisenhower, was more cautious. They were worried about their supply lines stretching too thin and saw the southern ports from Dragoon as essential for logistical support. Plus, there was political pressure. The British favored a different strategy, and sticking to the agreed-upon plan seemed like the safer, more politically stable option. Patton's aggressive, high-risk, high-reward approach made many leaders nervous. And so, on August 15, 1944, Operation Dragoon went ahead. Militarily, it was a textbook success. The landings met with light resistance, and the ports of Marseille and Toulon were captured ahead of schedule. Allied forces pushed north up the Rhine Valley, linking up with the Normandy forces. It looked like a victory, and in many ways it was. But this is where Patton's grim prediction starts to come true. The German forces that Dragoon was supposed to trap had already begun a strategic withdrawal. The bulk of their most experienced units escaped the pincer and lived to fight another day, eventually forming a new defensive line on the German border. The southern ports, which were the main justification for the operation, took weeks to repair and weren't fully operational until October. By then, the golden opportunity Patton had seen was gone. Here's the critical part. While Dragoon was happening, Patton's Third Army in the north was achieving incredible success, just as he'd predicted. They were advancing so fast, they were literally running out of fuel. The very supplies, the gasoline, the ammunition, the reinforcements that could have sustained his charge were being diverted south for Dragoon. His advance ground to a halt, not because of the Germans, but because his own side had prioritized a different front. This halt gave the Germans the one thing they desperately needed: time. They dug in, reinforced their positions along the Siegfried Line, and prepared for the defense of their homeland. The war didn't end in 1944. Instead, it dragged on through the brutal winter, leading to horrific battles like the Battle of the Bulge. So, was Patton right? Hindsight is a powerful thing, but many historians now agree that diverting resources to Operation Dragoon was a major strategic mistake. It diffused the Allied punch at a critical moment and likely prolonged the war by several months, costing countless more lives. Patton's frustration wasn't just ego, it was the cold, hard calculation of a commander who saw a war-winning opportunity slipping away. It's a fascinating what-if of history. What if Patton had been given the resources he demanded? Could the war in Europe have ended in 1944? We'll never know for sure, but the story of Operation Dragoon serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes the most controversial voices are the ones we should listen to the most. What do you think? Is Patton a genius who's held back, or was the Allied High Command right to play it safe? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this dive into military history, make sure to like and subscribe for more.